Hi, I'm Josh Fadum, and I'm just getting over a cold or something lousy, or I still got it maybe, so I'm just going to read what I wrote right off this page here. I got a cold or something lousy like that. But I'm very excited to tell you about the movie here. It's a rare movie, not as often talked about. One of the most underrated, unsung great films of the noir era. It's actually a great film, and it's not smut or trash, which I also enjoy showing. The name of the film is The Reckless Moment. What is it about? A thug, a creep, a gambler, a loan shark, dirty cop, bank robber? Nope, a mom, suburban homemaking mom. Often these films are set on the gritty streets and they're about creeps doing crime on the road or something. Here we got suburban middle class not being all it's cooked up to be. Some great noir themes and premises and plots though. Murder, cover-up, blackmail, teenage daughter falling for slimy older guy. It stars Joan Bennett. This was a shift in Bennett's career, as in the 30s she was a blonde, sexy bombshell. Then in the early 40s, her image was rebranded as intelligent brunette femme fatale, a thinking woman sex pot. Here was a new shift, being as she is now an aged, haggard, hard to imagine in your bed 38. She was rebranded once again as a late 40s mom, and this haircut, giving a complex portrayal, not living the satisfying home life. But what great fashion she has. She finds herself in a situation trying to do right by her daughter. This image change was interesting as her husband was the producer on the film, Walter Wanger, who had produced a number of big films in Hollywood, including ones with her. Meanwhile, in Hollywood, Walter Wanger was running around on her a lot. And then she had an affair with her agent, a man named Jennings Lang, and Wanger became enraged and shot Lang in the groin area. Unsure if anything got blown away, but Wanger would go on to spend some time in the pen, but kept working, and then he made some movies about prison. Joan's career suffered more than Wanger or Lang's. Even though she still has that haircut, still manages to catch the eye of blackmailing Irish stud James Mason. You all know James Mason. I mean, he's James Mason. I don't got to tell you about James Mason. He's James Mason. In the 30s, 40s, 50s, there was a slew of trashy novels and magazines aimed at men about detectives and crime and sleaze and hard-boiled talking, which would usually be source material for what would make it to the screen in the noir era. This is sort of the story is the female equivalent, as the source material was published in a woman's magazine and aimed at crime fantasy for the suburban lady's home life. The writer Elizabeth Sanksay Holding was one of the few female hard-boiled subgenre detective novel crime writers. Many films of the noir era were made by Europeans who fled to the USA for safety. Fritz Lang, John Alton, Billy Wilder, Edgar Ulmer, Robert Siodmak, etc. This film's director is a legendary one, made numerous art house faves. He was German-Jewish refugee named Max Ophuls, credited here as Ophuls. Ophuls was a renowned director, and he influenced the likes of Stanley Kubrick and a bunch of other people. Kubrick would go on to use Mason in Lolita. Ophuls is known for his complex camera moves and some other thematic stuff that's probably in this movie. Haynes, director of Safe, May, December, Far From Heaven, etc. Also a big fan of this movie. This is a lesser known effort, but I think it's great, and it's one of 2 American films he made. Pay attention to some of those crazy camera moves he does. There was also a remake of the film with Tilda Swinton, which I never saw, but I heard it was good, and I remember when it came out in 2001, and I used to quote the trailer all the time saying, "Tilda Swinton's performance is a thing of beauty."
The position you're in, Tilda Swinton's performance is a thing of beauty.
Anyway, that's all I got to say about the movie. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoy. And it's a good film. Oh, and the fashion. Check out that fashion.
Tilda Swinton's performance is a thing of beauty.